Man, I've been so exhausted lately. I've noticed that I've just been pushing myself past my comfort zone, man, every day. Whether it be fitness, whether it be like the regular stuff that I've been doing, um, and the stuff that I've been doing repetitively, which I've been doing a lot of things, but I'm just like so exhausted. Like, started using my sleep apnea mask, and ever since, well, the first day I used it, like I noticed like a big improvement in my energy, so I wanted to keep using it. So I used it 2 more days, and one of the days, like I did notice that it had helped the day after the first day, where actually, maybe I might have that wrong. Maybe I've only used it 2 days in a row. But the first day I used it, like I noticed that I had like this huge jump in energy, and today not so much, man. But I have been pushing myself a lot, and it's I decided, well, I was gonna take a week rest from exercising, but then I realized that it wasn't worth it because I was just making so much progress. It just would be dumb to slow down and not do it anymore. So I decided to keep pushing, and I did another week of exercise. And I was also learning editing and like little tricks for Final Cut Pro. But somewhere along the future, I'm gonna end up switching over to Premiere Pro, and then start using After Effects, and I want to do like animation stuff, so I could like do like little funny stories and script them, and that would be kind of cool, man. But you know what I did learn these past couple days is that I have grown. I wasn't able to see how much I had grown because I was only using, I guess I was comparing myself to the biggest goals that I had, and realized I was so far from them. That the progress that I had made was so small, it felt like I hadn't improved at all. But these past days, I did get to see. I saw another one of my friends recently, and like I got to talk to him and see like how he was doing in his life. And I mean, he was. It just was obvious that he was backsliding, and like I just got to see the way that I handled that situation, and how I've turned into a like a positive role model figure, which is weird, but like I never thought that like people would look up to me, and well, I'm not saying that there's people looking up to me, but that specific person, like he just, I know he viewed me differently because like I guess the energy that I carry around myself, like even though I'm tired and running myself to the ground every day, and the only easy day was yesterday for me, like I'm making tremendous progress. And I mean, sometimes I wish I could make faster progress and better progress and whatnot, but life isn't all about, like, I don't think that life is about improving anymore. I don't think life is about becoming better than you were. I think life is just an experience in which we need to learn that we need each other to coexist. And now it's kind of contrary, because before we used to have to rely on each other. Like, why did God make it that way, where we need to be as a tribe to be able to survive, and everyone has their own role? I think that's the way it has to be it in the next life. Because like if we read the stories about Jesus and stuff, like Jesus came to serve, and I hate to be like all religious, but I just want to use that as a like a starting ground. Like, we can all agree that he came and he taught, like after the New Testament, like to serve, and he was here doing like human deeds, and he was even a carpenter. Like, he worked in something in which he had to do something for other people. You know what I mean? And I guess that's the biggest lesson that I learned, is that existence is about servitude, about serving other people. Like, I'm not saying to let people walk all over you or stuff like that, but there are people that genuinely need our help, that we could help, that we can help them like improve. Because I mean, like I said, I was talking to my friend, and I had noticed that he was struggling in the areas in which I had already surpassed. But at that time, I was going through that whole experience by myself. And whatever, by the grace of God, I overcame it. and I got to share with him my experience with that whole situation, and I got to help him. It was clear that he made a big breakthrough, and I'm not like some type of therapist, but like I told him, I'm talking to you the way that I would be talking to myself if I had gone back in time and I was able to save myself from that problem happening. So it was an eye opening experience, man. It that's the biggest thing I got out of that whole thing, is that life is not about you. Like whenever we start to focus on ourselves and just revolve around our own life, that's when stuff starts to get complicated. That's when we start to struggle, and like we get so stuck up in our heads because we're only able to push so far for ourselves for some reason. For example, like man, when as soon as I get tired, I go straight to sleep. Like I don't fight myself on it anymore. I don't watch like TV shows or nothing. I just turn off everything and then hey, it's time to go to sleep. Like I'm strict on myself on that. But if I have like my nephew with me and he wants to spend some time with me, I will sacrifice however many hours of sleep so that I can help him meet his need, of having that father figure around him, I guess, because sometimes my brother's tired. He works hard. He has a outdoor job, and it's really hard, and he just wants to come home and relax. And I understand that, but God put me here to help him. He didn't put him here so that like he can learn on his own, but that so he can learn through me. And sometimes I learn stuff from him because he has a certain point of view, and he has a different way of parenting, and I admire that, dude. Like I admire my brother that he's improved a lot. Like he could be doing better. Of course, we could all be doing better, even myself. Like I'm not saying I'm the best example by pointing out that I do these things. Like maybe I don't do them perfectly, but even in the way that he parents, like he's really strict, and he writes his, like he has his rules like set for his daughter and his son. And like me, I'm more lenient. So like whenever I see him and something happens, it reminds me that sometimes I can't just allow stuff to just be let go. Sometimes when my niece is acting up, sometimes I need to tell her. Sometimes I need to, like put a punishment in place, and or just like simply just let her know. And I'll probably keep pointing back to the main theme of what I've been going through lately, which has just been to be authentic to myself. And but I mean, is it authenticity if you see something that you would like and then you emulate it and try to get it? Like I think that if it resonates with you, then that's okay, because you feel like you're lacking it, so it's okay to go out and get it and then make that a part of yourself. Because when we're born in this world, we're born knowing nothing. We can't even talk. We can't walk on our own. We can't feed ourselves. We can't do anything. Everything is learned. So whenever we go out and learn these things and do these things, like I think that it's okay to do them, but to live true to yourself. What I mean by being authentic is to do stuff that you want to do. During our childhood, it's all about obeying people and doing what other people want to do. But after 18, it's about finding ourselves and being ourselves again. So somewhere along the line, we lost ourselves. Like, yeah, we have to learn the rules of society. And sometimes it's better, because if we didn't put those laws into place, then we could even end up like in prison or something like that, or in some mental hospital for doing stuff that doesn't align with how society works. So that would make sense, and yeah, it takes a long time to put into place. But the point I'm trying to get across is, if you feel like you are lacking something and you want to go get it, and it is not part of your being now, it doesn't mean you're being inauthentic. You're going to look for something that matters to you. So even if you're younger and I mean you come across this video, like it's okay to obey the laws, but remember that when you get older, it's about staying true to yourself. So if you could keep your essence of who you are now, your being, then keep doing that. Keep being like you. but that doesn't give you an excuse to be like a douchebag, to be mean to people, to demean people because maybe you might be smarter. Like sometimes I see that my mindset is way more advanced than the way people around me think. But I think that if I was like near Bill Gates or some Steve Jobs, like if he was alive, I would be that guy. I would be the guy that was like so below the way that they think because their thinking is so advanced. But I think we all have something to teach each other, and if we could put our pride aside, then we could help each other grow as individuals. Cause that's what life's about, man. Life again is about helping each other and using that to propel ourselves forward. And I think that God has blessed me a lot because I've been able to do that. Now I don't mean that in like a condescending way or an arrogant way. What I mean is do the right thing, man. Do what you think is the right thing, and God will bless you. And I see it like all around my life. Like I have so many things that I don't deserve, but I think, and maybe I might be wrong that this is what it is, but this is what I think it is, and so I'm just doing what I think is right by putting the message out there that as long as you help people, not letting them walk on you, but helping the people that truly need it. There are people around you that need you. It might be your mom, it might be your dad, it might be your brother. And if you can do that, like don't just do it to get a prize, but do it to be true to yourself. And if you can break through that, then you will be blessed. And I feel like, I'm no authority to speak on it, but I've just noticed that pattern in my life, and I think that we should all be aware that by serving others and helping others that we can all grow together and make a better world, man. If it's not this world, it's for the next world where we're going to go. Because, if we're made from God, God is eternal, which means we are going to be eternal as well. And I'm not saying we're all going to make it to heaven, man, or that we should all try, but I don't know what's in store. I really don't. I feel like I question everything now, but the truth is that even in the next place, wherever we go, the next step, maybe this lesson will be like something foundational that you will need to get into that place. So anyways, that summarizes this talk, and I'll go ahead and hit you guys up next time. Peace out.